Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. Last time I forgot to speak about the mod of the week. Whoops. So I will do that this time instead. The mod of the week last time was, in fact, something that is not visible at all. It is a change to the control scheme of this game. So let me show you why. If we go to the options, go to key bindings, and I will reset to defaults just so you could see. The key bindings in this game were changed from the first game for no reason whatsoever, and they are complete nonsense. Like, use, cover, sprint is spacebar. This is by far the worst thing ever. First of all, spacebar in the first game was used for the tactical menu, so this doesn't make sense. Another thing is that use, cover, sprint. In other words, this is something that I'd rather call the Omni button, because you press it and you have no idea what will happen. You might go into cover, you might talk to your squad mate, you might start sprinting, you might get out of cover, you might go on top of the cover. It is crazy and it's really dumb. And that is exactly what the mod that I'm using, and that I used last week also, called Intuitive Controls, that's what it changes. So instead, this is only the use key now. And I like to use E for that. It says that another thing was unbound. Another thing that it does is it makes sprint into the walk here. And left control doesn't make sense for that. Left shift was what it was in the first game. So this suddenly makes a lot more sense with the Intuitive Controls mod. And the mod itself is actually just a change to the init. In this game it's called coalesced.init, and you should use Me2 Mod Manager for doing all your edits to the coalesced.init. Unfortunately, the mod itself doesn't come with a Me2 mod file, but I included it in the description of the last video, so check it out if you are interested. Then, quick save is F5, quick load is F9. That also doesn't make any sense, because quick save used to be F6. So please keep it at F6. Also, for quick load, you know what? Let's unbind it, because there's absolutely no reason to ever quick load. When you die, you get the option to quick load anyway, so why have a key binding for it altogether? Also, technically all of these things are their individual commands. It's not one button, it's all split into different places. It's just all bound to one command for some reason. I expect that the reason was consoles. So I might edit the mod later on and bind this to 3 keys instead of 2 keys. But we'll see. I will just play it with the defaults of the mod first. And then melee is F, that's fine. Shoot and aim is fine. Holster weapon, it used to be Q. Well, Q used to be take out weapon or put it down, but now it's only put it down, and you take it out by opening the tactical menu. Yeah, command HUD is supposed to be space. There we go. And then order, move, attack, henchman 1 and 2. I might as well just bind it to numpad 1 and numpad 2, because that makes sense. Well, actually it makes a bit more sense to bind to 4 and 6, then order form up to 2, I guess. That way, ordering someone to move is one keypad press, ordering to move is another keypad press, and telling them to get back to you is a third key press. And yeah, everything else is fine. So you can see that that's another thing that was quite annoying me. By default, you have these insane key bindings, but thankfully you can just rebind them, and the intuitive mods control mod thing makes it much better. Alright, so let's finally go back to the game. Yeah. There we go. Fortunately, this thing is still annoying me, and it happens every time still. So I will have to collapse this bar every time also. I need to make sure I save more often, because I'm playing on Insanity. Also, some places you can't take cover behind, like this. That's because it's just not a place where you're supposed to take cover. But it's fine. Oh, hello there. Well, that's unfortunate for that guy. But as far as we can tell, this is a Cerberus facility, so nothing of worth was lost.
Tech update. I can't figure Miranda out. As project director, she should be ecstatic at all the progress we've made. But she's still the same old Ice Queen. Maybe she's worried Shepard might become a new favorite. Or maybe she is just a pure cold-hearted bitch.
Rude. Oh yeah. If you go close enough, it lights up. Wasn't quite close enough.
Start them up. Have a nice trip.
Whoa. Oh, right. Armor is not on. I should have it on. They always fire in bursts of 3.
What are you doing here? Thought you were still a work in progress.
Alright, so another change that you may have noticed before is that the subtitles and the text in the wheel is using another font. In other words, the iconic Mass Effect font that they used in the first game has now been replaced with this generic sans serif font. And in fact, it has much worse visibility, and a lot of people complain to BioWare that they cannot see the font when they play on consoles and they look at it from a TV screen. And they said that yes, we know that this is a problem, but they cannot fix it. That's pretty sad. Alright. So, who is this guy?
Are you with Miranda?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot this is all new to you right now. I'm Jacob Taylor. I've been stationed here for—
Hostiles detected.
Damn it! Things must be worse than I thought if Miranda's got you running around. I'll fill you in, but we better get you to the shuttle first.
Well, you know, I do want to know some information, but I'm also tired of taking orders from you.
Ever since I woke up, someone's been telling me where to go and what to do. I need answers.
Fair enough. I'll give you the quick version. You and your ship were attacked and destroyed. You were killed. Dead as dead can be when they brought you here. Our scientists spent the last 2 years putting you back together. You've been comatose, or worse, that whole time. Welcome back to your life.
Yeah, about that. That is very strange, because we saw Shepard get spaced. There is no reason that I can tell for any part of him to have survived the fall from space. You have to go through the whole re-entry. You're supposed to burn up like a meteorite. So I don't know how they put him back together. Maybe he's just an actual android. without any biological components whatsoever. Huh. Okay, so where is here?
This doesn't look like an Alliance facility.
It isn't. I can't say much more than that for now. The Alliance officially declared you killed in action. The whole galaxy thinks you're dead. And if we don't get to those shuttles, they'll be right.
I don't think so, because Shepard is pretty good with this whole shooting enemies thing. Alright, what about the crew?
Were there any other survivors from the Normandy?
I'll tell you what. You help me finish off these mechs, and I'll play 20 questions with you all day. We're low on thermal clips, but I'm a biotic. Just give the order when you want me to hit him with the good stuff.
Alright, so Jacob has joined our party, meaning let's go look at squad and invest squad points. He has pull, incendiary ammo. Well, pull is, of course, levitates enemies, rendering them helpless while they drift towards you, so it's the opposite of throw. Incendiary ammo burns through armor, sets enemies on fire, and damages health. That's this game version of weapon mods. It's a bit silly, and there are a lot fewer of them, but at least it's something. Cerberus Operative boosts Jacob's combat skills, weapon damage, and health. And there's also Barrier, but the squad member must be loyal to unlock it. So I suppose for now let's invest into Cerberus Operative. Rank 1. Jacob's paramilitary training increases his combat effectiveness through his health and weapon damage. Incendiary ammo would be pretty nice to have, but all weapon damage and all health is also pretty good. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'll take incendiary ammo. Okay, and now I can order him around. So he has pull, and I can make use of that. As you can see, the HUD is a lot more minimal, and I don't even have the options to order him to attack or anything. You absolutely need to use the key bindings that I showed to do that. So let's do that. Attack this guy. Meanwhile, Shepard can attack that guy.
Targeting!
Yes, I know. You don't have to do that. Oh, nice. And bam. Oh, there's more. Do I absolutely need to do that for them to stop respawning? Yes. That's really silly. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Physics.
I promised I'd answer your questions. What do you want to know?
Alright, well, finally he's more cooperative. So... what about this attack?
Do you know anything about this attack? Who's behind it? What they're after?
Damned if I know. I was getting ready for some shut-eye, then bam! Bunch of explosions. Next thing I know, every damn mech in the place starts shooting at us. I'm guessing it had to be an inside job. You'd need top security access to hack all the mechs.
Traitors inside Cerberus? Alright, so how did I survive?
You said they spent 2 years rebuilding me? How bad were my injuries?
I'm no doctor, but it was bad. When I first saw you, you were nothing but meat and tubes. Anywhere else, they'd have put you in a coffin. But Project Lazarus was different. Cutting-edge technology.
What can you tell me about the project? Were there other test subjects?
Project Lazarus only had one subject. The whole point was to bring you back. Just you. Even that was a challenge. 2 years. All the top scientists. The best technology money could buy.
What do you mean? Cloning? Cybernetics?
I don't know the details. You'd have to ask the scientists. But I'm pretty sure you're not a clone. They wanted to bring you back exactly as you were. You're still you. You just might have a few extra bits and pieces now.
Yeah, it's still not very clear. So, what about the crew?
The last thing I remember is the Normandy blowing up. Did anyone else make it?
Just about everybody survived. A few servicemen from the lower decks didn't get out. Navigator Presley was killed by an explosion. But everyone else, including the non-Alliance crew, the Asari, Liara, and the Quarian, they all made it out alive.
Yeah, we saw Presley getting exploded.
Do you know what any of them are doing now?
I don't know, Commander. It's been 2 years. They've moved on. Left the Alliance. Could be anywhere.
They were my team. If they knew I was alive, they'd come back.
Maybe you can track them down after we get off the station. If we get off the station.
Again, this guy really doubts our ability to shoot things, eh? So, who are you anyway?
What's your job here?
Depends on who you ask. Technically, I'm Miranda's top lieutenant. But I'm just a soldier. I served 5 years in the Alliance before this. Now I'm in charge of the station's security. Usually a lot more dull than this. Normally I don't fire my gun unless it's target practice.
Fair enough.
When I first woke up, someone named Miranda was talking to me over the radio. We lost contact just before I ran into you.
Miranda Lawson is the station's ranking officer. She led the Lazarus team. It was her job to bring you back to life, no matter what. Should have guessed she'd try to save you. She's not about to give up on you now. You said you lost contact. Could you tell what was happening?
Hardly.
There was some gunfire and an explosion right before I lost her.
She knows how to take care of herself. But I hope she's okay.
What's the quickest way to those shuttles?
Depends where the mechs are thickest. It's probably best if you...
Check. Anyone on this frequency? Anybody still alive out there? Hello?
Wilson, this is Jacob. I'm here with Commander Shepard. Just took out a wave of mechs over in D-Wing.
Shepard's alive? How the hell? Never mind. You need to get him out of there. Get to the service tunnels and head for the network control room.
Roger that, Wilson. Stay on this frequency.
I think I remember a Wilson checking on me one time when I woke up.
That's him. He's the chief medical tech. Answers directly to Miranda. Come on. The service tunnels are this way.
Okay. Well, at least there's one scientist still here. And hey.
Log update. The Lazarus Project is about to enter the final phase. It's taken nearly 2 years, but we did it. Commander Shepard is alive. This is the most amazing medical achievement in recorded history. Maybe now Miranda will finally show some appreciation for everything I've done.
And more ammo. Quote-unquote clips. And we can go back, of course. So let's move on. Whoa. Should also save. The nice thing is that now saving doesn't interrupt the gameplay.
Eyes ahead!
Whoa.
Gotta hurt!
Also, there are headshots now.
Critical system damage. System failing. Hostile forces have engaged. Hostile forces have engaged. Rerouting power.
Damn it, Wilson. This room is crawling with mechs.
The whole station is crawling with mechs. I'm doing the best I can.
Okay. So we have only this place to go through. But we can take care of mechs.
Oh God, they found me. Help!
Wilson, where are you?
Server room B! Hurry! They're out of control!
Up those stairs, Shepard.
Oh God, I'm hit! They shot me!
Uh-oh. I'm just going to check this.
Physical reconstruction of subject is complete, but we still need to evaluate all mental and neurological functions. Our orders were clear. Make Commander Shepard who he was before the explosion. The same mind, the same morals, the same personality. If we alter his identity in any way, if he's somehow not the man he used to be, the Lazarus Project will have failed. I refuse to let that happen.
Well, at least that's good news. Well, let's try and find Wilson.
Shepard, down here! Bastards got me in the leg!
You were there the first time I regained consciousness.
Yeah, that was me. How about we talk about this after we fix my leg?
Should be some Metagel in the first aid station on the wall. Hopefully there's enough to get him up and moving again.
Grab the Metagel from the first aid station on the wall.
I know, right? Let's just explore the area a bit. I'm sure Wilson is going to be fine. Can I climb over this? No, not really. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything here aside from this Metagel station. And yes, so what this is saying is that Metagel is now used as a power. Unity is pretty much the same as in the first game, except it also heals you and your party members. So basically it's just Metagel usage plus Unity in one.
Thanks, Shepard. Never thought you'd save my life. Guess that makes us even now. I thought maybe I could shut down the security mechs, but whoever did this fried the whole system. Completely irreversible.
We didn't ask what you were doing. Why do you even have security mech clearance? You were in the bio wing.
Weren't you listening? I came here to try and fix this. Besides, I was shot. How do you explain that?
Those are interesting options. So yeah, this game oftentimes doesn't have a neutral option. You will have either a renegade or a bit less renegade option, or a paragon and less paragon option, or just renegade and paragon options. It's pretty good because there's no reward for being neutral for the most part in the first game, so this works out a bit better. Well, let's say this, I guess.
You're all strangers to me. Let's get someplace safe, then we'll sort out whose fault it is.
Right, Shepard. We need to find Miranda. We can't leave her behind.
Forget about Miranda. She was over in D-Wing. The mechs were all over that sector. There's no way she survived.
A bunch of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
Then where is she? Why haven't we heard from her? There are only two possible explanations. She's either dead, or she's a traitor.
Maybe, maybe not.
Haven't known her long enough to trust her.
This project was Miranda's baby. She'd never sabotage it.
Okay, maybe she's not a traitor. But that doesn't change the facts. We're here, she's not. We need to save ourselves. The shuttle bay is only a few... We can...
Whoa. Overload those canisters. Well, let's wait a bit until the mechs come a bit closer. Although... I can already use overload. That's
it. Let's get out of here.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, we took him down. But this is getting tense. Shepard, if I tell you who we work for, will you trust me?
This really isn't the time, Jacob.
We won't make it if he's expecting a shot in the back.
If you want to piss off the boss, it's your ass, Jacob.
The Lazarus Project. The program that rebuilt you. It's funded and controlled by Cerberus.
I know, right? There's been a lot of Cerberus laptops around. And that would be a lie. So... Okay.
You told me you were with the Alliance. I don't like being played for a sucker.
I didn't lie to you, Commander. I was with the Alliance. We before I joined Cerberus. The Alliance declared you dead. They gave up. Cerberus spent a fortune to bring you back. Look, I'd be suspicious too, but right now we have to work together. I thought you deserved to know what's what. Once we're off the station, I'll take you to the elusive man. He'll explain everything. I promise.
Who?
The elusive man. Is he in charge of all this?
Yeah, that's not his real name, of course. Nobody knows who he really is.
It was a code name the Alliance used for him. Kinda stuck.
Well... yeah... no. We're not working for Cerberus. Of course.
I don't care what they did or what you say. I'm not working with terrorists.
You can tell it to the boss, but after we've saved our butts. We're almost at the shuttle.
And we get information about what we earned in these small preview things. Alright. Well, let's, Oh, cannot access the squad, but I want to give him his powers. Well, maybe after we're here? Guess not. Oh, hack datapad. Oh dear. Yeah, there are not one hacking minigame, but two. And here you have to match a code segment and then press on it 3 times. And if you fail, you lose all the credits. That's really annoying. Okay. Blue, orange, blue. Okay. Purple. Come on, there's none of these. Ah, there it is. And... blue line at the top. Oh, there we go. That was close. I really don't like this minigame because it's way too close and it's mostly luck-based. But alright. Let's go.
They've seen us.
More mechs. Can I now give him... no. Alright, fine. Oh, he has overload. Nice. So, tell you what. You go overload this guy. I will overload that guy. You can pull this guy. Headshot. Okay. Another thing that I will say about this game is that it really has nice animations. And quite a bit better graphics than the first game. Okay, where am I going? This is a huge place. And I cannot save. Oh. Well, this is not the best place. What? Yeah, this is not the best place. Run away, run away, run away.
Sir. Do unsuppress.
Alright. I don't think overload will work from here.
Requesting assistance. Backup systems engaged.
Headshot. If you headshot them, they explode. Which is pretty cool. Uh-huh. Aha, I got both of them.
Requesting assistance. Critical damage.
Nice.
Impact imminent. Collision proximity warning. Impact imminent.
Nice. Oh. That's a lot of them. Which means that overload is going to be very useful. Alright, cool. And let's make sure that we're not missing anything. Down here. Huh, ammo. Here. Nothing that I can see. Okay, so I think we're good. Oh, and there's a shuttle. Okay, let's just go over here for a bit. Ah, yes, there's something here. Quite a few of things are here.
Test subject has been recovered, but the damage is far worse than we initially feared. In addition to the expected burns and internal injuries from the explosion, subject has suffered significant cellular breakdown due to long-term exposure to vacuum and sub-zero temperatures. Despite the extent of the physical trauma, Wilson assures me subject is salvageable. The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
Yeah, that's what I have doubts about. Ah, bypass. That's much better. Antennas, grounds, seas. And yes, there we go. And hacking again. Yes, no, yes. I keep forgetting what to press to actually make it work. And two of these lines. Wow, why are these not aligned properly? Phew. If you step on the red ones, you lose one progress part. If you step on too many of them, instant loss, and there is no Omnigel. So you lose credits forever, and credits are a lot more rare in this game than they are in the first game. In fact, you cannot buy everything in this game. There's just not enough credits. Was that with DLC they added enough? But I don't know. Alright, so let's go.
Come on, through here. We're almost at the... Miranda, but you were...
Dead?
What the hell are you doing?
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
Well, this is quite an event. So Wilson was the traitor that triggered all of those mechs, eh? It's okay. Cerberus getting killed is fine, so both him activating mechs and him getting killed is fine. So, well... I guess... I knew he was lying.
I had a feeling Wilson was just looking for a chance to shoot me in the back.
Yep.
Good instincts. Some people are far too trusting to ever see that coming. Come on, let's grab this shuttle and get out of here. My boss wants to speak to you.
You mean the elusive man? I know you work for Cerberus.
Ah, Jacob. I should have known your conscience would get the better of you.
Lying to the commander isn't the way to get him to join our cause.
Well, since we're getting everything out in the open, is there anything else you want to ask before we go, Commander?
Yeah, I mean, you're not really hiding the fact that this is Cerberus very well, you know? But okay. So... where were you during the attack?
Convenient that you show up as we're leaving. Where were you during the attack?
Besides trying to save your life, Wilson figured out I was helping you and he sent an army of mechs to take me out. I got here as soon as I could. Probably a little too soon if you ask Wilson.
Okay, so what can you tell me about the Lazarus Project?
You're the Lazarus Project's director, aren't you?
That's right. I put 2 years of my life into this project. Into you.
What does Cerberus want from me?
Maybe you should ask the elusive man when you meet him. He poured virtually unlimited resources into Lazarus. Obviously, he has some kind of plan for you.
So you don't really know.
What about the rest of the people on the station?
This is the evac area. If they're not here now, they're not coming.
Fair enough, but let's ask anyway.
We can't leave without knowing for sure. We need to go back and look.
Don't you get it? The only one worth saving is you. Everyone else is expendable.
She's right. We all knew the risks when we signed up. Without you, there's no point to any of this.
Yeah, we don't really want to save anyone else anyway. So where are we going?
Where are we going?
Another Cerberus facility. The elusive man is waiting for you there.
How about no?
I'm not sure I trust you.
This is the only shuttle off the station. You want to stay and rot with the mechs? Be my guest.
Okay, I guess we don't have a choice.
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Or 2, in your case. Come on. Before you meet with the elusive man, we need to ask a few questions to evaluate your condition.
Come on, Miranda, more tests? Shepard took down those mechs without any trouble. That has to be good enough.
It's been 2 years since the attack. The elusive man needs to know that Shepard's personality and memories are intact. Ask the questions.
2 years?
Did you say 2 years? I've been gone that long?
2 years and 12 days. And you were on an operating table for most of it.
The sooner we start, the sooner we can be done. Start with personal history.
Okay. Records show you were a spacer kid. Raised mostly on one ship or another. You enlisted and you survived a Thresher Maw attack that wiped out the rest of your team. Do you remember that?
Yeah. It was painful, definitely.
I lost a lot of friends that day. Going through something like that changes you. It can break you if you let it.
I read the report. 50 Marines died in a cruise. You were the only one who lived. Satisfied, Miranda?
Almost. Let's try something more recent. Vermeer, where you destroyed Saren's cloning facility. You had to leave one of your squad behind to die in the blast.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams was killed in action. It was your call. Why did you leave her behind?
Yeah, once again, it isn't really a choice that can be explained, but it was also that or die, so...
Being in command means that sometimes you give orders knowing that your people are gonna die. That can't affect your decisions. Ash gave her life for the rest of the team. Without her, I couldn't have stopped Saren. She died a hero.
I understand, Commander, and I wasn't judging your decision. Everybody at Cerberus knows that cloning facility had to be destroyed.
Shepard, think back to the Citadel, after the Alliance saved the Destiny Ascension and you killed Saren. What happened next?
And this is the trick question and pretty much the whole reason why this exchange exists. Thing is, the last save that the first game does is right before the second phase of the last boss fight. In other words, it doesn't actually save after that point. And whichever person you recommended to the council doesn't get saved either. so there's no way for this game to know what happened. So they had to put in this sort of test thing so that they can figure that out. But we do know that Anderson joined the council.
Humanity was offered a spot on the council. I recommended Captain Anderson for the position.
Yes, Captain Anderson is now Counselor Anderson. Though from what I hear, he preferred life in the military.
Still, good to know that the human council member isn't going to put politics ahead of defense.
Your memory seems solid. There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes. The memories are there, and I can vouch for Shepard's combat skills personally.
I suppose you're right. We'll have to hope the elusive man accepts our little field test as evidence enough. The elusive man is waiting for you in the other room.
Alrighty then. Still have our really cool shield. And yeah, so I talked about last week's mod of the week, but I didn't talk about this week's. Well, it has to do with this. So finally we get the ability to customize our appearance. Unlike in the first game, since we don't have any inventory, we don't have the ability to change our armor sets easily. But instead we have this system, where we can change our armor type. There are very limited numbers of armors, but you can find them every now and then, and you can get some from DLCs. So I start out already with Cerberus Assault armor from one DLC and Terminus armor from another DLC. But I'm not going to wear Cerberus armor on principle, and I don't think the Terminus armor is all that nice for what I am aiming for. So let's just stay with our default N7 armor. And we can choose a helmet. There's quite a lot of helmets available, and we can get some more. Basically, armor parts are one of the main things that you get instead of inventory. So you can customize the appearance quite a bit. I do like the Sentry interface, because it's sort of a scouter. So let's see, this visor works with the Sentry system, a software application that optimizes an armor suit's microfitting computer. When the Sentry system is running, more power can be devoted to shield management. Increase shield strength by 5%. That's pretty good. And we don't have much of anything else to choose from right now. We have the N7 chest plate, interlocking plates of thick ablative ceramic plates, designed to be light, effective, and easily repaired. Increases power damage by 3%. Shoulder guards. Curved shell of ablative ceramic over kinetic padding. Increases weapon damage by 3%. And 7 gauntlets. Combination of fabric armor with kinetic padding and plates of ablative ceramic for protection. Increases health by 3%. And 7 greaves. Dual layer of fabric armor and kinetic padding beneath thick plates of ablative ceramic and lined with additional kinetic barrier emitters. Increases shield strength by 3%. So as you can see, the armor pieces do have a bit of an effect on you. Not a huge effect, but they do add up. The thing that I was talking about is, well, not the material, but it affects how shiny your armor is. I want it to be kind of medium shiny, like that. It's pretty good. And what I was talking about is this, Tint. You can choose the color of your armor. And normally you get these colors. That's a pretty good amount of colors already. But none of them match what I wanted to get. So, after this one, I added my own. Because I want to have armor that is of the same color as John Dalton wore in Unreal 2. And if you may recall, his armor was mostly brown. So let's make it kind of chocolate brown. And then the tint makes it so that tint 2 makes all these small details pop. The secondary color was blue, so let's choose this, I guess. Well, I might need to alter things a bit later on. And then pattern, we can add additional patterns. Not a whole lot, but this one is pretty good. And then the pattern color. This looks pretty good. Blue and chocolate brown. The silly thing about it is that in the preview window, you look pretty much nothing like what you look outside of the preview window. Again, I have no idea why, but the previews are pretty useless. The colors are pretty much completely different, but they are very close to what we had in Unreal 2, so that's great. I spent quite a bit of time optimizing that. And then we have the casual outfit. And, well, it's not obvious just yet, but I can say already that this is the Cerberus logo. We're not going to use any armor that, well, any clothing that has that. And the only two options are this, and this is silly. So we'll go with the scientist suit. Alright, and yeah, I will have more information about how exactly I added all of these extra colors in the description of the video. This video has gone long enough already. So I will see you all next time, once we perhaps go talk to the Elusive Man, because we don't have much of a choice. Later.